So now that we have our workspace set up, I'm going to show you how to make shapes so you can make cute little creatures like this, or people, or whatever you want. You're going to use mostly your shape tool, which is right here. If you click on it, you have a rectangle tool, rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, and star. What I want to do right now is to make an owl. So I'm going to use the ellipse tool, and I'm going to start off with his head. Now, as you see the pink line that is showing up? That shows where it is aligning to, and right now it's aligning to the bottom of the rabbit's foot. Also, if you keep moving your cursor, you can see that the crosshairs in the middle of the circle shows that you have a perfect circle shape. So I want to do that. This part is called your stroke. This is the outline color. We don't want an outline color on the owl, so we're going to take it off by using the white with red line box. Your fill color, if you double click on it, you can choose a color. This way, I kind of want them like a blue-gray. And I'm going to hit OK. You can also go through your color guide. You can choose a color this way, or through the customs, which are all in your side panel. So this is going to be his head. Now let's make his body. We're going to use the ellipse tool once again and make his body. Now we want the body and the head to be centered with each other. So using your selection tool, click and drag a box around your shapes and come to the side with your align and choose to align horizontally. We also want the body to be a darker color because it's behind the head. So click on it and then double click your color area, hit OK. And like I said, it's behind the head, so we need to rearrange it. So you can control click or right click and choose Arrange, Send to Back. That way it puts it behind the head shape. And you can move it up and down with your arrows however you see fit. Now we're going to make the eyes, which are going to be round, of course. About like that. And we're going to make it white. And click OK. And move it on top of the head. But we want to have some of this gray color come around the eye so it doesn't get lost in the background. So you can duplicate your circle, copy, paste, hold shift, size it up some, and then put it on top. Use your eyedropper to choose the owl, and the new object, Arrange, Send Backwards. So it's different than Send to Back. Send to Back would send it all the way behind every layer, whereas Send Backwards, it just sends it behind the last layer you created. We're going to make the little black circles for his eyes. And let's put them right about there. Use your arrow and click off. Now I want to duplicate, so I'm going to choose this one, and like right now, like I'm having trouble grabbing this other shape. You can always zoom in to get a hold of it better. I'm going to choose this one, hold shift, this one, and this one. And since we all have them selected right now, let's go ahead and center them both horizontally and vertically. So we're going to go ahead and group them as well. Do Command G. So now whenever I move one, they all move. I want to copy and paste it. Make sure your centers are aligned. And there we go. But I want the eyes to be kind of on top. So it's like an 8, a shape 8, without this gray area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup this group, Control, ungroup, and then using my direct selection tool, I'm going to select this anchor point on this gray and hit delete. And so that way you see it made just a half circle. And now our eyes can overlap. Now, we still need to move him over to where it looks the same on both sides. Okay, that's better. So now we want to create the beak. In the shapes, if you go to Polygon tool, you can make a polygon. But you're probably thinking, we don't need a polygon, we need a triangle. With the Polygon tool, you can, if you hover over this little icon, you can drag it to decrease sides or increase sides, however you see fit. So if we need a triangle, you just decrease the sides to 3. You're going to make it orange. Size it down. Rotate it. And we're going to put it right about there. Okay. So now I want to make the wings. Using my ellipse tool, I'll make an oval. Using my eyedropper, I'm going to choose this color, but I want to make it a little bit darker. Go back to selection, move it over, and rotate it slightly, and then send it to the back. Control, arrange, send to back. While it's still selected, you can do copy and paste it, move it, rotate it, Control, arrange, send to back. And I'm going to select both of these by holding Shift, and I want to align them vertically. Okay. Now I'm going to give them some little feet. For that, I'm going to use the rounded rectangle tool. Draw my shape, change the color to, let's say, yellow. Use my selection. There. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Copy and paste it. Move it. And let's give him some cute little feathers at the top. Same thing, rounded rectangle. And let's make it the same color as his head. So you're going to use your eyedropper, select the color, rotate it, copy and paste. We can group these together, Command G, and then move them. So now we have a cute little owl. And you want to, with all your characters, you want to select all of it and make one big group once you're done with your character. Command G. So that way, whenever you want to move it you don't accidentally move the eye, then you have to replace exactly where it was. You know that you're moving your entire group whenever you move your character around. So I made a template for you to create various characters, one of which is going to be this owl. I'm going to put him right here, and in a minute I'll make my little dotted lines. So you're going to have about 5 characters to make, just so you get used to arranging, changing colors, and creating your shapes. Now that we have basically our 6 animals, I'm going to show you how to make the noses and the curlicue tail and smiles. To do this, I'm going to open a new document, but you can continue working on your animal document. I'm just opening a new document so it's less confusing. I'm going to start by making a half circle. Choose the ellipse tool and draw a circle. Then you're going to choose the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle above the circle. Now with your black arrow, hold Shift and select both of them. Then you're going to come to your Pathfinder. This second button will create your half circle. And then if you want to rotate it, you just rotate it however you need. Okay, so there's your half circle. To create, let's change the color. Now to create your smiles, you're going to use your ellipse tool and make your circle again. Then you're going to flip it to where it's a path and you have a stroke with no color on the inside. You can increase the stroke size to however you want, and then using your white arrow, click on an anchor point and then hit delete. So for the cat, you're going to need 2 of these. So you're going to copy and paste it, line it up, then you can group it, Command G. But for just a simple smile, I'm going to use my anchor here and here, and then rotate it, my smile. And as you can see, whenever you delete, it leaves a sharp edge. And with your animals being more curvy, you're going to want to make their smiles curved as well at the ends. So select your object, go to Stroke, and choose this second one, which will put a round cap at the end of your paths. Oops. Which makes for just a cute little smile. Now the last thing is the little curlicue tail for the pig. I'm going to use my paintbrush tool and I'm going to draw my little curlicue. And as you can see in Illustrator, it smooths it out for you, so that way you have a really clean vectored line. Do that again to show you. And that's how you would make like a little curlicue tail.